Hello everyone, I'm back with part 2 of the League Guys series. This episode, we will get into our first bot game, while focusing on things such as item builds, in-game mechanics, and objective control. All in the name of winning our first bot game, am I right? So without further ado, I'm Yuki and I hope to be your beginner's guide to League of Legends Bot Edition. Just before we get into game, here are some of my suggestions for websites to go to as a beginner for item builds, skill order, detailed guides to playing a certain champion, and for runes and mastery builds. Each site has its own pros and cons, so try looking at each to see which you prefer to use as reference as you learn the game. I will also be including links to each site in the description. For this game, I'll be showing off Lux, a mage, in mid lane. Now I'll see you all in game. Welcome to your first bot game. As a friendly reminder, this is when you buy your starting items. Since I'm playing Lux this game, I'll be starting with a Doran's Ring, some potions, and the Trinket Ward. Now let's get to our lane. Let's talk about minions as we wait for the game to start. Officially start? I mean, the game started technically, but the minions don't actually show up until a minute 30 into the game. So, minions, what are they? Well, they're these cute little guys who help you in lane and give you gold when you kill them. Yes, sadly, you have to kill these cute little guys in order to benefit yourself. Oh, how cruel life is. Now, there's a total of 4 different minions. Melee minions, caster minions, cannon or siege minions, and super minions. Melee minions attack well in melee range. Casters use ranged attack as well as siege minions with only 2 differences. While siege minions may be stronger, they have a shorter range than casters. Of course, super minions are the strongest, but sadly, you can only get them once you have destroyed one of the enemy's inhibitors. Then super minions will march down that lane of the inhibitor you destroyed to help you in your quest to victory. So about that gold you get when you kill a minion, well, you only get the full amount of gold per minion when you actually last hit it, which means that the minion died to your attack and not from an enemy minion or a teammate. Oh, almost forgot. When a minion dies, you also gain experience points, regardless if you killed it or not. If you are in range, that is. Melee give you 20.5 gold and 59 EXP. Casters 17.5 gold and 29 EXP. Siege minions give 45.5 gold and 92 EXP, while supers give you 40 gold and 97 EXP. It is very important that you try to get as many last hits as possible. This may be hard when you're just starting out. Heck, I still miss CS, which stands for creep score, by the way, meaning the number of minions you have successfully last hit. You can also see your CS at the top right hand corner, as well as compare your CS with your opponent's if you hold down tab. My pointers for CSing, well, besides for practice, it's also getting into a rhythm. For me, I start to see it much better once I get the timing down on how much HP is left on a minion before I can kill it. It is also good to try and get as much CS with auto attacks and not skills. This way, you can have more freedom to attack the enemy with your spells. The word used for this is harass. There are benefits to doing this, like poking your opponent out of lane by lowering their HP, and playing mind games that if they want to get CS, they are threatened of losing HP. Now, every time you level up, you should be remembering to use your skill points. For Lux, you want to start with E. As a beginner, you probably won't know what skill to level up first and in what order. And this is when those websites I suggested earlier come in. Just check one of those websites for the champion you are playing. Next, the turrets. Now, the turrets have a certain range. In bot games, this is indicated for you by the circle around them. They don't actually show up in normal games, so it is a good idea to get a sense of how large the turret range is. you should always let minions get into the range of turrets first before you walk in. This way the turret will lock onto minions and not you. However, it is important to note that if you were to attack an enemy champion while under a turret, in other words in turret range, then the turret will switch their target to you. So keep that in mind if you choose to try an attack or kill the enemy under one. Now, the following information that I'm going to talk about may be changed by Riot by the time you watch this video, but at the time of posting, they are correct. So, the Rift Herald, Baron, and Dragon I spoke about last video are objectives in League. These are important to get for your team since they help you win. Why is that? Well, each objective gives their own kind of buff, which can help you have an edge over your opponents. So how do you have control over these important objectives? By simply having vision, of course. Well, besides being ahead of your opponents. But how do you get ahead? Well, by being ahead compared to the other team. I can't tell you exactly how to get ahead since there are many factors that play into this. However, winning your lane and having good vision control are some ways to help you get ahead and stay ahead. There are many ways to win your lane. One is through CSing more, while the other is killing your opponent. Moving on with vision, I spoke a little about this last video. You can gain vision by putting wards down. Wards give you an area vision around the ward. There are 3 types. One is the yellow trinket, then you have the blue ward, and the newest one, the control ward, which replaced the pink ward. Rest in peace, pink ward, you will be missed. Now with the jungle constantly changing, possibly the second most changed thing in League after champions, in the current version, 2 other ways of gaining vision is available. One is by killing the little crab I spoke about last video. Upon the little guy's death, he will swim to the opening of either the dragon or Baron pit, depending on which side of the river you killed him in, providing vision of the area for you, and a little speed buff if you walk over him. Oh, also, he heals you a little bit. The last way to gain vision is through one of the new plants. The blue light orb looking one to be exact. Now, vision isn't just important for keeping control over objectives, but it also helps you keep track of where the enemy team is, and if you or a teammate is about to get ganked. Having a head start to run is always good, right? And that's about it. Now, I know that everything I spoke about might seem confusing or hard to see how it all actually comes into play in a real game. That's why you just have to get yourself out there and try out these things for yourself. After all, nothing is like first-hand experience. So get yourself out there and into your first bot game, and I'll see you all next time where I will get into a normal game as an ADC to show you all what a real match looks like against other players. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye bye!